Well, hello, hello, hello. That's right, folks. We are back once again, and it is time to get ready for Matchday number 8. I know the final whistle has just gone on Sunday for some matches in the Championship, but we waste no more time. We jump straight in for some more predictions coming at you with Matchday number 8. Roll VT. That's right, folks, back once again with another live stream coming at you. We're Matchday number 8 out in the Championship, and we'll get to my predictions in just 1 second. If you're new to the channel, smash your subscribe button to keep you bang up to date with all things Blackburn Rovers related, Championship related, woo, football, we got all here under Warowski, boys and girls, and we are live. I've got to dance around some stuff here, some statistics and all that kind of stuff. So let's take a little look at it, shall we? In fact, 1 minute, because I need to be able to visualize the chat. So I'm going to stick that over here. Hopefully you guys are going to be able to join me live. If not, it's going to be quite a lonely old show. So let's get looking at it, folks. Of course, we're going to take a look back at my predictions first and foremost, and then we'll take a look at see how well you guys got on. So here we go, boys. Quick recap. Hello, Noco Drinker in the house. I know I've seen yours predictions in there, so I'm happy that you're with me to join me. So let's get going and take a little look at the results. And of course, my predictions. These are the results of Matchday number 7 coming at you. So Derby took on Cardiff. That was the Friday night kickoff. Ended up 1-1 draw. I actually went with a 2-0 win. Hello, Liam Martin. Hello, 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 hello. Charlie's in the house as well. And yes, thank you very much for the result against Millwall. That was a big result for us. So while we're at it, if you want to check out the description, it should list all the predictions in there so you can have them in your head. Maybe create a text file or something so you have your predictions ready, because they're going to come at you quick fire. So hello to Cody, hello to Charlie, hello to Gaming with Al. So a lot of nice friends in the chat, so good to see. But let's go into look at the Matchday number 7, the predictions. Derby drew with Cardiff 1-1, 2 goals in it. I actually called a two goals in it, but I got it wrong. 2-0 victory for Derby. What was my call? Meanwhile, Fulham took on West Brom. That was a 1-1 draw. I actually saw it as a 2-1 victory for Fulham, so I got that one wrong as well. Rovers did take on Millwall as a 2-0 final score. I actually went a little bit more of this. I actually went with a 3-0 win, but we got it. We got the 3 points. So well done, Rovers, into the top half of the table. Charlton actually lost to Birmingham. That's the unbeaten streak gone. So big win for Birmingham. Shame for Charlton to lose in that such a way. 2-1 win for Charlton was my prediction. Hull took on Wigan. 2-2 final score. Actually went with a 3-1 win as well. So I got that one wrong as well. So I did okay with my predictions. I didn't do brilliantly. Middlesbrough took on Reading. That was a 1-0 win for Borough. I actually called that one, so I got that one bang on the nose, boys. Bang on the nose. Preston North End took on Brentford. They won 2-0. Actually went with a 2-1 win for North End. The Whites, the Lily Whites, whatever. QPR took on Luton, 5 goals in it. 3-2 victory for QPR. Actually went with a 2-0 win for QPR. So we got the victory for QPR, just not the right amount of goals. Stoke just cannot buy a win. 2-1 win for Bristol City at the 365. Actually went with a 1-1 draw myself. So not great there. Swansea City, obviously leaders prior to kick-off. 1-0 loss to Nottingham Forest at home. Actually went with a 3-0 win for Swansea. Hull, Huddersfield Town and Sheffield Wednesday both under new managerialship prior to kick-off. But the Owls picked up the 3 points away from home. Big win for Gary Monk. The Cowley brothers, unfortunately, start with a defeat. 2-0. I actually went with Huddersfield on this one. And I made that prediction prior to the new hires. And the Yorkshire Derby ended up 2-0 win for Leeds. I actually called that one. Bang on point. So hello to anyone new that's just pitched up and said hello in the chat. So yeah, we'll be getting to you guys. In fact, we're going to get to you right now. We'll have a look at what the viewers predicted in the comment section down below. Make sure, again, you guys participate in the live chat. Get your predictions in while we're on it. And then also stick them in the comment section so we can have a look at how you got on last time out. So I did okay. I think I got 5 correct scorelines. And in my grading criteria, that gets me one of these bad boys. But this is just in case you are new. This is what you're going to be graded on with your own predictions. If you do get a 0 to 3, you get the red face. If you get 4 to 6, you get the straight face. And if you get 7+, you get the big fat thumbs up. And I'll tell you now, there's a couple of guys that got the big fat thumbs up. Hello, Shane Lomax. Good evening or good afternoon, Ian McNamara. It's good morning for me, or went over into the afternoon. But anyway, let's take a look at how you guys got on. So Jordan Monaghan tipped off with a big fat thumbs up. Well done to you, QPR fella. He did okay for himself. Russell Frost, though, he had a bit of a nightmarish weekend with his predictions. Kelsey Shambangu joins in with a terrible round of predictions. Meanwhile, X20 Kaioken, he also joins the red-faced gang. Son David, we'll get to you in a minute. Alex Litton also had a bit of a shitty round of predictions. Adam Celtic did okay for himself. Son David also joins the red-faced gang. No Code Drinker is in the chat. Hello, you did pretty well, I think. Yeah, you did all right. A big straight face for you. Adams Wandsworth, he also joins the red face gang. A lot of red faces knocking about. Yannick Bustler, who also comes in with a chat sometimes. He did okay. Jaden Agengar, big fat thumbs up for you, sir. And Matty 10, I think he's also a Rovers fan because he went with a 7-0. Unfortunately, you're in the red face gang. So, Russell Frost, I think I just saw you. Hello? Yep. Yeah, you did. You did terrible, unfortunately. But I just squeaked into the okay bracket. But yeah, big thumbs up to Jordan and a big thumbs up to Jaden. Must be something with the J's this week. So that was last weekend's prediction. Let's take a look at what the table looks like currently out in the Championship. Leeds are number 1 right now. Swansea are in second, obviously. They played each other a couple of weeks back. So both of them have 1 defeat to the name. Bristol City and Charlton also have 1 defeat to the name. They're in the playoffs with 14 points. Preston are up there as well in 5th spot. West Brom are in 6th. Down the bottom is Stoke 24th, Huddersfield also in a bit of a pickle as well. Just the 1 point for both of them. Barnsley got 5 points, so there's a bit of a gap already. I'd be concerned if I was a Huddersfield Town fan or a Stoke fan, and I'd expect them both to be up in the top 10. If I'm honest with you, I actually looked forward to seeing Stoke this year. I thought they'd at the back end of last season their defence was like airtight. Right now they just cannot get anything going. As for Rovers, into 12th spot. I'd say that's top half. I think we're top half. Millwall, 15th. I'm just saying it because that's who we played last time out. So now, folks, we are going to take a look forward to matchday number 8. So get ready with your predictions. I'm going to talk about the record over the years, the bookmakers stuff, the form book and all that. So we're going to go with Leeds against Derby. I think Liam Martin's already in there with his predictions. So get your predictions in the chat right now so I know what you think is going to happen. And we'll mention them so I'll have a good record of it. So Leeds against Derby. Now, Leeds coming to this, obviously top of the pops. Derby are absolutely having a mare. I actually predicted Derby to finish second in the table. I don't think it's going to happen now. I think either they're going to sack Koku or they're going to end up in a bit of a mess. So it's either sack. Obviously they got Wayne Rooney coming in the new year, but right here, right now, they're in a bit of distress. We have one prediction in the house. So the form book goes like this between these two sides. 38 victories for Leeds, 38 victories for Derby, 57 victories for Leeds, 28 draws over the years. The bookmakers have this quite convincingly favourites for Leeds, 38 to 100. So red hot favourites Leeds. The draw is 4 to 1. Derby is 7 to 1. What we got in the house, Liam Martin straight in there with a 2-1 win for Leeds. Charlie Anderson's gone with a 2-0 win for the table toppers. Noko Drinkers in there with a 3-0 win. Russell Foster's going the other way, 2-1 win for Derby. I'll answer your question in a second. Shane Lomax. Okay, he's going with a 2-0 win for Leeds. 2-2 draw with Charles from West Brom. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Hello. We like a bit of a sweet action. 3-0 win for Leeds. And Ian McMahon also joins that gang with a 3-0 win. I'm actually going to go with a 3-0 win as well. Join the gang. Josh Parker's also in there with a 4-1 win for Leeds, I suspect, as well. So I'm going with a 3-0 win for Leeds. There's quite a few of us as well. Shane Lomax is going 3-1 the other way for Derby. I think Rovers will do okay. Top 10. If we're lucky, maybe we can get a little bit higher, but we'll have to see. Ethan Hughes is in there with a 2-0 win, I suspect, for Leeds as well. Moving on to Birmingham against Preston North End. Obviously, Preston doing absolute tremendous so far out in the Championship. Preston are in 5th spot in the table, coming into this with unbeaten in the last 4 games. Up against the Birmingham City side, who did well last time out, picking up a victory as well. Back-to-back wins for Birmingham, up to 8th in the table. The form book over the years between these two sides are 35 victories for Birmingham, 37 victories for Preston, 23 draws over the years. The bookmakers are going to go with, on this one, what we got? 2 to 1 for Birmingham, 31 to 20 for Preston. So it's very tight odds. It is probably in favour of Birmingham, only just. No, it's in favour of Preston, looks like. 21 to 10, the draw. What we got in the house? We have a few predictions coming in. I'm quite surprised with Preston so far. Their fans were on their case after day 1, after their defeat. And now it's all turned around and they look pretty rosy. As for Birmingham, Pep Clotette's getting points on the board. He might not be the most fashionable manager. He might not be playing the gracious football, but you know, they come into this season fresh off the back of the hoodoo last time out with the points deduction, clean slate, clean bill of health. So what we got? The chat. So the chat says Charlie Anderson's going with a 1-0 win for Birmingham. No Code Drinker's going with a 2-2 draw for straight down the middle. Charles WBA is going for a 3-2 victory for North End. Ethan Hughes is going with a victory for North End as well, 3-1. Slatan's going to 1-1 draw. Liam Martin's going with a 2-1 victory for Birmingham. Russell Foster's going 2-0 win for Brum as well. Ian McNamara with a 2-1 win for Preston. Josh Parker with a 2-2 draw. Shane Lomax going with a victory for North End. Obviously Rovers, rivals this season up there. In fact, it's our only real local derby. Obviously we ain't got Bolton, we got Wigan. Kind of. So we got no Bolton no more. We got no Burnley no more. So it's just mainly Preston and again maybe a little bit towards Wigan. I'm actually going with a 2-1 victory for Birmingham here to take the win at St Andrews. Give them a monstrous win, and that could push them as high as where would that push them? That could push them as high as first spot if they were to score like 20 million goals. But I don't see them being top spot. I think they'll be maybe outside the playoffs or maybe just squeaking in there. Last minute prediction there. Jacob Carter's going with a 5-0 win for Birmingham, I'm guessing. Meanwhile, Brentford taking on Stoke City. Obviously, Brentford took our keeper in the summer, David Raya. Not the greatest start for the season for them, down to 18th spot on the table. Come into this with just 1 win in 5 games, Brentford. The form book suggests between these two sides, they've duked it out a fair few times. Where are you? Brentford. Not that many times, actually. 25 times over the years. 5 victories for Brentford, 12 victories for Stoke, 8 draws down the middle. The bookmakers have this. It looks like Brentford are favourites. 6-5 on, 16-5 for Stoke. The away win, 27-10. The draw. Yeah. What's gone on? What's gone wrong with Stoke? I don't understand. They're in dire straits. Obviously, coming to this in 24th spot on the table. Brentford are 18th in the table. So Stoke need a win, and they need one now. And this one is going to be tricky. I think this is the last season Brentford are playing at their stadium before they move to something fancy. We do have some predictions in the house. Charlie Anderson's gone with a 4-2 win. 6 goals in it. Goals galore for him. A 4-2 victory for Brentford. Charles for West Brom's gone with a 5-0 victory for Brentford. Shane Lomax has gone with a ball draw straight down the middle. Josh Parker seems to have gone for the 1-0 win for Brentford. Liam Martin's also gone for Brentford 3-0. So has Noko Drinker with a 2-0 win. Ethan Jones has gone with a 4-0 win for Brentford. Russell Frost joins the gang with a 3-0 win for Brentford. And 1-1 draw. Ian McNamara. What have I gone for? I've actually gone with a 2-0 win for Brentford. Clean sheet for David Raya, who obviously moved on to pastures new. Charles has changed his mind. 2-1 win for Stoke. He's changed his mind. Dramatic U-turn there by Charles from West Brom fan. Dramatic from 5-0 to 2-1 win for Stoke. So that's a big turnaround. Bear with me while I just want to check, make sure we're doing bits okay. Yeah, we're doing all right on the stream, just to make sure the connectivity is golden. Also let you know that while I've got your attention, your undivided attention, you can join me live on Saturday to watch Blackburn Rovers on Twitch. It's not just you won't watch Rovers, you watch me watching Rovers, but also give you up-to-date scores elsewhere. It was quite good fun. The connection was a little bit shitty, but we're working on that behind the scenes. Anyway, let's get back to business. Bristol City up against Swansea City. Top of the table, crunch clash this one. Both teams could go top of the pops after this match. Obviously, Swansea City have been there and done it already. Bristol City are in 4th spot on 2 points behind the top 2. The form book over the years between these two sides is, what is it? 28 victories for Bristol City, 20 victories for Swansea, 19 draws down the middle. Bookmakers find this one a little tricky to call. 29-20 for Bristol City at home, 7-4 the victory for Swansea away from home, 13-5 the draw. The actual form book, Bristol City have won 4 of the past 5 games. Swansea City have won 1. Oh, sorry, they've lost 1 of the past 6 games. So yeah, it's going to be good. It's probably a high intensity game. This one, we have quite a few predictions in the house. I think Ian McNamara's gone with a 1-1 draw on this one, or has he? No, he hasn't. Shane Lomax has gone with a 2-1 win for Swansea. Charles has gone 2-1 win for Swansea as well. Josh Parker's got 6 goals in his one with a 3-3 draw. Charlie Anderson with a 2-0 win for Bristol City. Russell Frost has gone for Swansea as well, 2-1 away from home. Liam Martin has gone with a 2-1 win for Bristol City. Cristiano Ronaldo's here. Joins Zlatan in the house, 6 goals for him. Jacob Carter. So you're going Reading. Congrats. It's a long old trek down that bad boy. Ethan Hughes is going with a 2-1 win for Swansea. Noko Drinker's going with a 2-1 win as well for Swansea. Ian McNamara's picking Swansea as well. And there'll be a listing on iFollow. Okay, and Zane says hello. For me, I'm going with obviously Swansea City have led the pack along the way, but I had actually predicted Bristol City to do absolutely bits this season, so I've gone with a 2-1 win for Bristol. Zane's gone with a 2-2 draw. He cannot separate the two sides. Jacob Carter, lastminute.com, 3-1 win, and I'm saying he's going for Bristol City. Next up, it is Cardiff against Middlesbrough. They were the thumbnail. That's right. I see this as quite an interesting match. Obviously, last season, Cardiff were in the Premier League. They brought in this fella Glatzel. I think he scored last weekend. To open up his book, but up against Britta Sambalonga, who obviously is a goal scoring machine now in the Championship. So this one for me is top billing. Top billing over the years. 31 victories for Cardiff, 21 victories for Middlesbrough, 11 draws over the years. The bookmakers see this going in favour of Cardiff, 21-20. Jonathan Woodgate's boys picking up their first victory, I think, of the season last time out. No, they've got 2 victories so far, sorry, but their first victory in a while. 5-2 for Middlesbrough away from home, 13-5 the draw. Borough come into this 13th of the table, 1 point behind Rovers. Cardiff are in 14th of the table, so both teams have 9 points on the board. Cardiff haven't won a game. They've won 1 game in 5 matches. Middlesbrough have won. Middlesbrough have won. They're unbeaten in 4 games. So it is one of those games. It smells like a draw to me. Smells like a draw. Who else have we got? Noko Drinker, thank you very much. Get your predictions in. Yes, I'll look forward to seeing them later. Charles going with a 1-1 draw. Cardiff and Borough. Liam Martin's going with a 2-1 win for Borough. Charlie Anderson's going with a 3-2 victory. Goals galore for him. 5 goals in it. Borough taking the victory. Russell Foster's going with a 3-1 win for Cardiff. Ben Bamborough's going with a 2-1 win for Middlesbrough. Josh Parker's going 0-0. Zane is going 3-2 victory for Cardiff. And Ian McNamara's going with a 2-1 win for Cardiff as well. I smell a draw, and it is what I predicted. It is a draw for me. 1-1. That'll put them both on 10 points, and that won't really give them much leverage in the table. They'll pretty much be as they were. Moving over to Luton Town up against Hull City. Luton Town coming into this in 16th spot. Hull not doing great so far in 6th spot. Just the 1 victory for them all season. However, they do come into this back-to-back draws. Luton on the flip side, 2 wins at the past 3 games in the league. We'll take a look at the odds in a second. The record over the years between these two sides: 15 victories for Hull, 16 victories for Luton. So they actually are out. They've ousted Hull just by the 1 victory. 8 draws over the years. The bookmakers go in favour of a victory for Luton, 11-10 at home at Kenilworth Road. 9-4 for Hull away from home. 27-10 the draw. What we got in the house? We got a couple of predictions in the house. Charles going with a 2-1 win for Luton. Jacob Cart's going 2-1 as well. Looks like he's going in favour of Luton. Russell Frost also siding with Luton. Liam Martin on the flip side is going for Hull. 2-1 victory away from home. Charlie Anderson's going with a 2-1 win for Luton as well. Looks like that is the favourable scoreline. Ian McNamara's with a 3-1 win for Hull. Ethan Jones has decided to go with Luton as well, 2-0. Zane is going with a 1-0 win for Luton, and he's giving them a big old words of encouragement. Jacob Carter with a 2-1 win for Hull. Obviously, Bowen is a game changer. Josh Parker's going 3-2 victory, and I'm siding with Luton for him. So for me, I'm actually going with a 2-0 gang for Luton Town. Pick up a victory as well. A couple of lastminute.coms, one here. Barre Love a Life. Going with a 2-1 with victory for Luton as well. Cristiano is saying that he's going to win the Champions League for Juve, I suspect. So that if that was to come true and Luton were to win, they could go as high as 10th spot on the table. But we'll have to wait and see. Here we go. Obviously, Rovers took these boys on last time out. Millwall, they're up against QPR in an all-London affair down at the Den. Obviously, Millwall's a bit of a tricky place to go. A couple of last-minute ones in here. James Torreira's with a 4-0 victory for Hull. Cristiano Ronaldo's gone 1-0 win for Hull. So James Torreira's going 4-0 win for Luton, should I say. Anyway, let's moving on to Millwall against QPR. Millwall come into this in 15th spot. Just the 1 win out of the past 6 games. QPR looking good right now under Warburton. 3 wins on the spin. One of the form teams in the league. They are just outside the playoffs on set in 7th spot. 13 points on the board. A win for them. They could go top of the pops depending on what else goes on elsewhere. Now the record between these two sides... looks like this: 31 victories for Millwall, 20 victories for QPR, 23 draws over the years. The bookmakers go with, on this one, 6-4 Millwall at home, 19-10 QPR away, 23-10, the draw. So it's looking favourable for Millwall to take the home victory on this one. Let's have a quick look at their home record or their home form. Millwall's home form is pretty decent. They've not yet to lose this season at the Den. So, yeah, it's looking favourable, I suggest, for Millwall. What we got in the house here? Charles gone with a 3-1 victory for QPR. Charlie Anderson with a 2-0 win for Millwall. Russell Frost has gone for the 5-goal thriller. And here's goals galore. 3-2 victory for QPR. Liam Martin 2-1 win for Millwall. Ethan Hughes 1-0 win for Millwall. Cristiano's gone for Millwall as well. Ian McNamara with a 2-0 win for QPR. Josh Parker calls the same amount of goals, but he goes with a 1-1 draw in the house. Zane's gone with a 3-1 win, QPR, and a pitch invader. Yeah, that'd be a bit balmy, wouldn't it? With a pitch. There's no VAR. We can't do that. What else we got here? Last one. James Torreira's coming in with a 2-0 win for QPR as well. So it's a little bit split amongst the chat. A lot of people going with Millwall and a couple of last-minute people going for QPR. For me, I'm actually going with a 1-0 win for Millwall to take home 3 points. And that win could push them as high as 9th of the table. But if QPR were to become victorious, they would go top of the pops, depending on what else goes on elsewhere. Forest take on Barnsley. Forest coming into this with a big victory against Swansea last time out. Forest are in 9th of the table. They've got this weird record right now. The past 6 games, they've won one, they've drawn one, they've won one, they've drawn one, they've won one, they've drawn one, they've won one. So this, in theory, you would say they draw this one against Barnsley. Charlie Anderson's gone with a last-minute 11-0 win for Millwall. But the record, if they was to continue this pattern, it should spell a draw. But it is Forest at home against Barnsley. Now, the record between these two sides over the years is 30 victories for Barnsley, 30 victories for Forest, 22 draws over the years. So it looks like it's a bit close clash, this one. The bookmakers go 7-10 for Forest should I say. So red hot favourites Forest. 4-1 Barnsley away from home. Their away form is not great. 14-5 the draw. Barnsley come into this in a bit of trouble, actually. They are in 22nd spot with 5 points on the board. They have not won since opening day, and since then they've just picked up 2 points, and that is 2 draws. The last 4 games, it's just been 1 draw out of the past 4. Forest come into this in 9th spot, like I said, yet they've lost 1 game of the season, and that was opening day as well. So, yeah, they're looking good, Forest under Lamucci. What we got in the house? We've got 1-1 draw. Russell Frost is picking. It can't separate the two sides. Charles going with a 1-0 win for Forest. 2-0 win for Liam Martin. Charlie Anson's gone big. 5-0 win for Forest. Ian McNamara's 3-0 Forest. Josh Parker's going with a 3-1 victory for somebody. Come on, you Reds. So he's going for Forest as well. James Torreira's going with a 3-0 victory for Barnsley. And he's got his goal scorers as Grab and Lolly and Abiobi to score for Reds. For me, I'm actually going with a 2-0 win for Forest. So it should be plain sailing. And that will break the pattern of winning or drawing their next game. Lionel Nils late in here with a 3-2 victory. Goals galore in his one. 5 in it. 3-2 victory for Forest. Moving on to Reading against Rovers. Here we go, boys. Here we go. Get your hot shot predictions in the house. Nottingham will win 3-2 as well. So Zane's also in there with thelastminute.com. So I have just recorded, hot off the press, the match preview for this one. It will be on the channel tomorrow. Quick look at the record between these two bad boys. There's not many games, actually. I think they've played each other 21 times. I think that's what I recorded. 7 victories for Rovers, 5 victories for Reading, 9 draws right down the middle. Reading come into this with a good recent record against Rovers, so it's looking favourable. Rovers come into this in 12th spot. Obviously lost just the one out of the past 5 games for Rovers. Reading come into this in 17th spot. Losing back-to-back games for them, just the one win in the past 4 games, if you look at it like that. The bookies go 29-20 for Reading, 9-5 for Rovers. So it looks tight, very tight on the bookie and bookmakers odds. 5-2 the draw. Okay, what we got there, guys? What do you think of my boys? 2-0 win for Rovers. Charlie Anderson. So Charlie Anderson is a Reading supporter. Charles going with a 2-1 win for Reading. Do you know what? I like seeing bets against Rovers because it kind of gives us a bit of extra, gives me extra mojo. So Russell Frost is going 2-1 win for Reading. 2-0 win, there we go. Liam Martin in the house. Lionel Nels going 1-0 cheeky win for Rovers. Ian McNamara, 2-1 win for Rovers. Yes, boy. Cristiano Ronaldo's going with the opposition, 2-1. Zane's going 10-0 win for Rovers. I wish. James Torreira, a 1-0. Scrape past them with a late winner. I hope that in favour of Rovers. Thank you. So it's a bit even. It's a bit even amongst the chat. I think some of the unbiased non-Rovers fans, giving it to Reading, obviously home advantage and all that. I will be doing this live on Twitch, so you will see me pulling my hair out So far, I've done two Twitch watch-alongs, and both of them have been 2-0 victories for Rovers, but they've both been at home. So Salvation HD's going with a 2-0 win for Rovers as well, away from home. We'll have to see. So maybe I can make a pattern for Rovers to make up the victory. But this is the first away game. So let's take a look. I've gone with a 2-1 squeaky bum win for Rovers. I'm giving it to us. I think our clean sheet record will hold us firm. I think we might take a 2-0 lead in this. They'll score towards the back end of it, make it very nervous, and hopefully we can hold on tight for the victory. Moving on to Sheffield Wednesday against Fulham. Sheffield Wednesday under new managerialship, obviously. What's his chops? Monkster is the man in charge right now. They come into this game 10th spot in the table, and that was the first game under Monk. They did prior to that lose back-to-back games, so they come into this game against Fulham. A bit of a weird record. The past 6 games, they've won 3 of them, they've lost 3 of them. Fulham on the flip side are in 11th in the table so far, and they've not won since, I think, the Rovers match. They've not picked up a victory in 3 games. So they've drawn the past 2. They lost the one prior to that. So Fulham not looking great at the moment. The record between the two sides over the years: 27 victories for Fulham, 32 victories for Sheffield Wednesday, 16 draws over the years. The bookmakers will probably go in favour of Fulham here. It's actually in Sheffield Wednesday, so it's over Hillsborough. 15-8 for Sheffield Wednesday, 29-20 for Fulham, 12-5 to draw. I think I think that slightly favours Sheffield Wednesday. I don't know. It's tight margins. The chat has buzzed on here a little bit. 3-0 victory. J1W for Rovers as well. Promise Fabian's in the house. So Lionel Nell's going with a 2-1 victory for Fulham. Charles, West Brom fans going with a 4-2 victory for Fulham over Wednesday. Jack Northfield's going with a 1-1 draw. Liam Martin with a 2-0 win for Fulham. Russell Foster's gone for Fulham as well. 2-1 win for Wednesday, Jack Northfield. Ian McNamara with a 2-0 win for Fulham as well. Zane's going Mitrovic hat-trick, 3-1 win for Fulham. James Ferreira with a 3-0 win for Fulham as well. Also a hat-trick. Used to have been sniffing the same glue, boys. Cristiano Ronaldo's 2-0 victory for Fulham. J1W Wednesday 3-1. Fulham not doing well. Recently dipped in form. They can confirm that as well. For me, this game also takes place on Saturday. I'm going with a 2-1 win for Sheffield Wednesday. I think they're going to nick it. Monk started the season okay with a massive victory against Huddersfield away from home. So a good win for Sheffield Wednesday would put them in a good shape. And that win, if it was to come true, would push Sheffield Wednesday into top 2 contention, top playoff contention anyway. 15 points on the board. We'll have to wait and see. Last game of the Saturdays, and that is Wigan against Charlton. Obviously, Wigan not doing great at the moment, 21st in the table. Charlton on the flip side, is as the bubble burst for Charlton. Obviously, they did absolutely bits, unbeaten until the last game. They did lose to Birmingham at the Valley. This is them up against Wigan at home. This is where the bubble could burst and the wheels could come off and they could go into free fall. The form book between these two sides, they've only played each other 10 times over the course of history. 4 wins for Wigan, 4 wins for Charlton, 2 draws straight down the middle. The bookmakers go with, on this one, 23-20 for Wigan, 12-5 for Charlton. Looks like Wigan are favourites. 5-2, the draw. So yeah, Wigan's home form. Let's have a look at their home form. It's not that great. It's, they've won 1, lost 1, drew 1. Charlton's away form, they've lost 1 away from home. So that's sorry. Charlton's away form is they've played 3, won 2, and drew 1. So the bookmaker, what they're saying in the house, Liam Martin's with a 2-0 win for Charlton. Charles going with a 3-1 victory for Charlton as well. Russell Frost has gone with Charlton, 3-1 victory. Salvation HD's also gone for the Charlton. Everyone's picking Charlton. Jack Northfield and Lionel Nell both pick out draws, as does J1W. A couple of 1-1 draws in that mix. James Ferreira's gone with a 1-0 win for Charlton. Taylor's probably going to be on his way, I reckon, in January. He's too hot to handle in this one. Ian McNamara with a 2-0 win for Wigan, and Cristiano Ronaldo with a 0-0 draw in the end. Ball draw there. For me, Wigan at home are a different beast. I think they're going to come on with a 3-1 win. As much as I hate Paul Cock and his boys, they're going to scrape it, and that will give them a big old mental boost, and that'll put them on 8 points, and that could go as high as 16th in the table. A win for Charlton, and they could be back into top 2 consideration, depending on what goes on. Last minute one in here. Zane squeezes in with a 3-2 victory for Wigan. Injury time winner. That's it. That's a bit of drama. That's what we like to see. And wrapping up the games, the Sunday kickoff, West Brom against Huddersfield. Huddersfield need a stinking win with Cowley and his brother in action. Can they guide them to their first victory of the season. Just 1 point so far. Okay, there he's in. Charles straight off the blocks in there with his prediction. We'll take a look at that in just a second. The form book over the years between these two sides. Where are you, Huddersfield? 32 victories for Huddersfield, 19 draws, 27. Nope, that's wrong. That's wrong. It's 9 victories. 9 victories for... Nope, that's wrong as well. I'm all over the place. There we go. There we go. Huddersfield against West Brom. I didn't highlight that one, so that's why I'm all over. 29 victories for Huddersfield, 25 victories for West Brom, 17 draws over the years. That's what the form book has. The bookmakers go 6-4 on West Brom, red hot favourites, 4-1 away from home for Huddersfield, 3-1 the draw. So the bookmakers go in heavily with West Brom. The table shows West Brom in 6th spot. They've had an indifferent start to the season, unbeaten so far. The only unbeaten team left in the Championship. But their record does have a lot of draws in there. 4 draws amongst their 7 games. Huddersfield on the flip side lost their past 5 games on the spin. This game is taking place over at the Hawthorns, and West Brom's record at home is just the 1 victory out of 3 games. That victory was against the mighty blue and white 5-goal thriller in that one. Huddersfield's away form on the flip side. They did pick their one and only point away from home, and that was against QPR with a 1-1 draw. So what we got in the chat, obviously... Charles was straight in there. We'll tell it. Well, so Liam Martin with a 2-0 win for West Brom. Then Charles pipped in there with a 10-0 win, which was a joking kind of prediction. 2-1 win in the end for West Brom. Thirsty's gone with a 2-0 win for West Brom as well. Russell Foss 3-1 win for West Brom. Cristiano's gone 3-0 as well. Ian McNamara with a 2-0 win for the Baggies. Lionel Nell, who is a Huddersfield Town supporter, is going 3-0 win for West Brom. Oh, that's a hard one to take. Jacob Carr has gone with a 2-1 win for Huddersfield, picking up the first away win in his eyes. Jack Northfield thinks Huddersfield will nick it as well. James Torreira going with a 3-2 win for Huddersfield, for West Brom as well. Zane's going 4-1 for West Brom. J1W 4-0 for West Brom as well. Salvation's gone 4 goals in his with a 2-2 draw, folks. What have I gone? What have I gone? I've gone 3-0. I've gone big. I've gone big on the Baggies. I think Cowley's in a bit of trouble here. I know he's just taken over the reins. I'd like to see him stick around. Whatever happens, you know, if they were to go down. I know it's early days, but hopefully they can give him to the end of the season and start a project and kind of work on Huddersfield again. I think they were shooting above their weight when they were in the Premier League. They did 2 seasons in there, but they're in a bit of trouble. And I think this season is going to be a very, very interesting one as well. So that, my friends, wraps up my predictions, your predictions. I want to say a big thank you for all you guys chipping in with the chat. We will be doing these obviously on a weekly basis. I think next week is another single one. I think the week after that is a double bubble. So that'll be a bit crazy. But make sure you get yourself your predictions in the chat and the comment section down below, so we can bundle them all together and put them on the show next week when we'll take a look at match day number 9. So just if these results were to come out just like this is what the table will look like. And Leeds will be top of the pops with 19 points. Bristol City will be up to 2nd. West Brom, Swansea, Birmingham and Forest will be in the playoffs. Down the bottom will be Stoke, Huddersfield and Barnsley still in there. No real change. Rovers will be up to 10th just in case you I think. Chat amongst yourselves, guys. I like to see you guys bonding. You know, we're all buddies now. We're all tight. Hopefully I'll be back this time next week. Stick around on the channel as well. There's going to be a couple of more live videos this week. We do Premier League tomorrow. And I'm going to be doing my live reveal of my FIFA 20 career mode. If you've not checked it out, there's been some polls going on over the past few days. I've got the final 4. It's either Sunderland, Salford, Napoli, or Athletic Bilbao. It's going to be one of those 4 teams. Will be my team for the career mode, which we'll do a series of, just like we did Blackburn. Also, here we go. There's no Champions League predictions this week, but there are games. See how well you guys got on. Again, Premier League tomorrow, around about the same time, maybe a little bit earlier. I think I had to bring it forward an hour. And also let you know, once again, I'll be on Twitch on Saturday to watch Reading against Rovers at the Matchday to see if we can get a big fat W and continue our surge up the Championship. You can join me. Link to the old Twitch is in your description down below. But yeah, I do enjoy these because I like to see your predictions. I like to see the same guys popping in and saying hello. I've got to get out of here. I've got to go to work. Obviously, got to pay the bills. Got to fix the glasses. They're still broken. But anyway, yes, get predictions in the comment section. Again, if you're not watching on the live stream, get your predictions in the chat. You know, and maybe you can join me next week if you're not watching live. And anyway, that is it, folks. Again, Salford, yeah, each one of those has got a good story to tell. The Salford one is they're in the Football League for the first time. Sunderland, big club with a bit of trouble. Athletic Bilbao is the Basque element. Napoli, always the bridesmaid, never the bride. So yeah, each one of them have got their own story to tell. We'll hopefully do the reveal tomorrow. I'm trying to find. I need some props for the video. But anyway. Thanks again. I'll see you all hopefully tomorrow for the next live one, and then I think maybe tomorrow we might do the FIFA reveal. I don't know the time, but until then, ciao for now.